Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Anthony. I'm a software developer, and recently in my spare time, I have been making Minecraft plugins. The plugins are made for a pretty popular YouTube channel, and it's been a lot of fun. So I kind of wanted to showcase my development setup on how I make them. It's relatively straightforward, and it's probably pretty boring, but I think it might be fun to kind of document it for my sake. So anyway, so real quick before we get into the fun stuff, I want to go over my system settings. I'm on Arch. I'm using Wayland and Sway for my window manager and compositor, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really one to kind of rice my computer out. Everything is pretty standard and default. I do have a way bar, which I think is as extreme as I get. So kind of in that same philosophy, I am running. I guess I'm running neovim, and particularly running lazyvim. So I guess for those who don't know, neovim is a text-based, no, not text-based. It's a terminal-based text editor. It comes very bare bones. You can't really do anything other than type, and that's pretty much it. Lazyvim kind of built on top of that by giving you some pre-installed things, which makes setting up really easy. I've done my fair share of neovim configurations. Lazyvim, for me, I can use it pretty much default. There's a couple plugins that I have installed that I will showcase in the video for Java development and whatever, but for the most part, I use it pretty standard, which is nice because I can use it across various different computers without having to set pretty much anything up. So yeah, that's very much appreciated. I guess to kind of show you what I'm working with, as you can see, there's 31 plugins. Most of them are default. I might have installed Maven, and I for sure installed Solarized. Everything else I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, I don't know. It's very, very, whoa. I don't know where that came from. Whoa, okay. So yeah, it's very basic, and I guess to kind of showcase my Maven stuff. So yeah, as far as Maven stuff goes, for those who don't know, Maven is a plugin manager, and it essentially handles linters, LSPs, and things of that nature. So yeah, for example, this is my Java language server, and then this is like, Kotlin language server and my linters and whatnot. So it I don't know, it just makes it so that you have, like, I guess for those who don't know, a language server is how your your editor is going to talk to your like programming language. Yeah, so basically kind of gives you like your IntelliSense and stuff of like that nature. Like for example, if I go into like throw everything and I look at my buffers, so yeah, if I go like here and I type gr, it will show me like my references within my file, and things of that nature. And then I guess as far as build tools go, if we type, I'm using Maven, and I guess I'm using Maven because it's easy. You just kind of set up one of these POM files, and it just kind of works. I have a like a script. So if I do like MB, it will build your jar, and it'll automatically move it to my server, which I will talk about next. So as far as servers go, I pretty much, how do I stop this? Okay. I pretty much use exclusively paper. Actually, I only use paper. And I do this by, I have a script called watch plugins. So essentially what this script does is I have a start server, and then a stop server, and then a cleanup, and I just kind of have this down here. So if I have any sort of like modifications in my plugins folder, which got defined up top, it'll stop the server and restart the server. And I guess to kind of show you that in action, if I come back to my Vim and I go MB, it's going to pop this out, and it's going to go through all this, and we will just pay attention to my, and we will, let me out of here. If we do, it's not going to work. If we do watch plugins, as you can see, it's just finished. It's, oh dude, sorry, that's such a bad example. Okay, so I hit MB and it builds, and I look here, eventually it's going to realize that something has changed. It's going to be running, but this is also, okay, so if you look here, right now my stuff is good to go, but it's going to recognize a change. Oh, it's actually breaking. But yeah, basically that's kind of how that script works, and it just kind of, every time the jar updates within the plugins folder, it'll kick the server and let me connect and whatnot with the new, with like my new changes. It just kind of, it just makes it really easy to develop. It's just a nice quality of life thing. And yeah, so I guess it's kind of all I have. There's not a whole lot to it. Oh yeah, let me talk about the most important thing. So I use Claude Code for my AI assistant. A lot of the stuff I write is AI assisted. It just makes everything so much easier, because a lot of this stuff is like public information. Like if I went to like the Fabric documents, it's just like, it's all so documented. Like for example, looking at the Fabric, or for example, if we're looking at the paper docs, it's just like, it's all so well documented. So it just makes AI so good for this stuff. So I take advantage of this. I use a $20 a month plan. I don't really have a reason to go over and buy like the $100 or $200 plan. This $20 a month plan works just fine. I also do run a Codex subscription, but I don't use it for this kind of stuff. I typically will use it more for web dev stuff. I kind of just have it just to test out. I really like Claude Code. It makes doing this stuff a lot easier and takes away a lot of the pain from doing things and whatnot. It's kind of interesting is I don't really write too much code anymore for this kind of stuff. So my editor setup is really not really an editor. It's more of a code viewer, which is kind of interesting. And obviously getting around Vim is very easy, and it's nice. It's nice just to even have it just to view code, even if I'm kind of just doing a lot of vibe coding for this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so that's kind of all I have for this video. If anyone found it interesting, let me know. If there's any questions, also let me know. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will, I'll see you in the next video.